All right. So we just took a shower, we just ate, we finished up our first ever live stream of our Failing Out Loud account, and we definitely failed out loud. This first episode is not up to my strengths. That's what this is about. It's about challenging myself and seeing if I can make things that are not my strength. But sometimes you have opposing values. Sometimes you gotta play and figure out what that actually means. That, making something that was my weakness my strength is my over preparation, right? Well, I don't want to rely on that. There might be a different path forward to finding a new strength about this weakness. And I don't want to answer it with being a perfectionist and having everything mapped out and having all this cookie cutter stuff out there. And that doesn't mean I should have zero of that though. So I think that's part of where I went wrong. I didn't want to appear to have too much guidance on for this, that it's supposed to be failing out loud. And here I am just following a guide on episode 1, but you just have to look at the nature of what this episode actually is. It's preparation to actually play the game. That, we're not really playing yet. We're doing quests, we're doing grab this, then that. It's, that's not PVM, that's not, a mining grind or an agility grind or whatever, right? It's part of the game, and I'm glad it was there to let me reflect a little bit, but I have about 45 more minutes until I have to leave, and I wanted to jump on real quick right after the last stream ended. I ate, showered, got ready to go out for the night to see the boys, throw some darts, and so right now we're just entering to hopefully right some of the mistakes that we made last time, to pause and reflect on failing to meet the expectations I had for myself, and to see that world doesn't exist where I can fail and be, failing out loud and not failing. So, if it was, I want to fail only like this, that wouldn't be the actual experience. And as it's a David versus Goliath type thing of, thinking only the Goliath can take me down, and well, that's not the case. Gotta meet myself where I'm at, let reality speak to me, learn from it, and see what we can do. So yeah, we're back at this. Let's look at our notes real quick, and yeah, I'm gonna look at notes. It's okay. We're gonna stop and get some snape grass at the crafting guild. I would like to buy some more feathers, but that doesn't look likely. And then get on with some more quests. It would be nice to get to 10 fletching. I would like a little bit more money so that I can buy feathers to do that. I don't know where I got this 305 number from. That wasn't correct. That only got me to level 5. Maybe I was just planning on doing to short bows. Maybe that's what happened, is that I planned on just get to 5, get some arrows, and then go from there, right? But really, I should have been planning till 10. So let's look at our calculator again and our current level. So I think we just go like this and go like this, and then we go level 10. And then we see that we get 1.3 times 15 per level. So if we just go in and grab another calculator, is that we times our 0.3 from an arrow shaft and 1 from a headless arrow. Gives us 1.3 per 1. Each log is 15 of those. So that's 19.5 per log. And then we have 1154 minus 388 divided by 15 divided by 1.3. This is how many more logs I need, right? So we got times by 15. And so we see that we actually need about 590. 590 is, about 1,200 gold. So we gotta get about 1,000 gold. But for now, we should start walking and getting our way up to Gertrude's cat, I think. No, we want to finish our 10 fletching. Yeah. Keep going back and forth, right? What you got, Miles? Fish for me? What you got? What you got? A little bit of coins. Look at that. We're already on our way. So let's just go to the crafting guild. Yeah, crafting guild first. So I need about 1,200 gold. Wondering if I should just go get those steel plate bodies. Just be done with it. But if we're doing that, like our whole point of these vlogs was kind of meaningless. So let's just point to where we're going and get there. Okay. So here's my snape grass. Is there anything up in Falador I might want to do? Go off the script a little bit, huh? Maybe there's something. What is Doric's quest unlock? I know I'm doing Doric's quest soon, but I don't see it on here. Where is it at? Doric. Maybe he gives a little bit of money. Rewards. 200 coins. So it's a start. Let's go ahead and clear path. And Gertrude's cat, what does she get for us? She gets a lot of cooking XP. You need 100 coins, so there's my money. Gertrude. Okay. Struggles are real on how to get 1,000 gold real quick. I don't really know. I never really cared to make money early without just grinding it. Finding a method that makes money consistently and just doing it, as opposed to what I'm doing now, which is kind of winging it. Seeing if we can find a fun way up. Boy, are we having some fun, right? My money-making plan just fell apart. That I was always been a little short on money. I want to use your anvils. There we go. 1,300 XP and 1,800 coins. Level 11 mining. Use a black pickaxe. Just like that, we got partway up to where we need to go. I can't believe I ate through my money so quick. I think I just bought too many of these. If I had 5 less, you know, that would be enough money. Alright, we got about 35 minutes left. I think we just got to pickpocket men. I was expecting a lot more money for getting my thieving up. I am determined to execute this plan I came up with, and for better or worse, this is the way we're proceeding. To Lumbridge we go. We're gonna get our thieving up, try to get 1,000 coins, teleport, and get some feathers, and come on back. When in doubt, thieve your way to victory, right? Yeah, we're almost already there. Look, 21 coins. Alright, let's take a little break, and we'll make some bowstrings. Get our crafting up. And crafting's level 10. Just a nice little, quick little detour to decent crafting level, huh? It's the idea of what I'm doing right now is to get myself a little bit of startup money by making some longbows. You know, I'm starting to wonder about this whole plan. I'm so wishy-washy right now, I feel. I don't even know what I need the money for. So that's what you get for, you know, if you just dive in sometimes, you don't have a plan. You just fail out loud. And, you know, I'm trying to have this perfect order so I can show how smart I am or something like that to everyone. And, oh, I'll just make it up on the fly and figure it out. So it's like I want both of, like, I can show off my perfectionist side of how well I thought everything out. But then I like to think that I don't even need that and can just wing things that go a little bit more difficult than I thought they would. But as long as you just make steady progress, you start to find direction. And the plan will start coming soon. And so yeah, my little bowstring plan didn't work because of certain reasons, and so these compounding little small mistakes just ended up wrecking my small little plan I had. I didn't realize how much money I was going to need early on in this account. I thought that 10k thing was going to do it, and I just bought way too many Chronicles. And if I held on to that money, I would have been better off. And then if I spent that money on feathers, I could have made a lot of... I want to make the headless arrows so that way I can have a decent stack. So... And because the reason is, like, when am I going to make headless arrows if it's not at the start? When am I going to be like, oh, headless arrows is the best thing I can spend my time making? I feel like that's going to be never. So, I'm going to be doing a little bit of fletching after this. Once I get to 20, I'm going to eventually, I'm going to do a few things in between, but I'm going to get to the Veiled Totems. And I know you get rewarded with a good amount of arrowheads. I think it's a good idea, but my execution's been a little off. My expectation was to have these plans fall apart a little bit and for me to work on the fly. And that's certainly what we're doing. I still don't like it, you know. I'm not picking to have fun, I guess. I'm not picking to, I'm picking to have a little bit of a struggle so I can have a little bit of growth. I have to just reflect on that this is the journey that I am choosing, because I believe delaying a little bit of gratification and hunkering down and, taking a route that you're not familiar with is the only way that you can grow, Okay, let's put on Zoro's Domain. It's a half-hour song I have, so that'd push me up to 6:15. And this song goes off, and I this cannot stay here any longer after 6:15. I have to go. We're gonna kind of, so yeah, we're just testing out different values and different things that I want, and trying to figure out how they can all stack and combine together to find a door to open, to stay discerning, to still be able to plan, but also to be comfortable taking some risks. And I think I'm already doing that, coming out and putting this out for everyone to see is already a big step in the right direction. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I don't like to be seen when I'm not perfect. I'm doing that right now. That's all I'm asking of myself, and then I have to let the journey unwind itself, see the consequences of my beliefs, and see if it's good for me, and see what I'm supposed to learn along the way and come up with better ideas. Like, if I started off with all the best ideas, then I wouldn't have to take this. I wouldn't have to do what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm here for. It can't be any other way. And I still need some free runes. We're out of money again. My 10k didn't last me as long as I had hoped. Let's go ahead and pickpocket for men. I'm determined to execute this. So it's not the perfect path. It's not a path I need to go down. It might be better to pick a different path. But all these different paths that I can pick right now, it's not make or breaks. So not going down the perfect path isn't something I need to stress myself about. It's sometimes you just gotta stay on path, not get lost in the woods, and just listen to calm music and click Pickpocket Man, get myself 1,000 coins, and proceed. So my goal is to get 1,200 coins, and then to buy 600 feathers, basically. Then I'm gonna have a decent start of headless arrows and then start stacking a little bit of money. To be honest, I really don't need that much money, but I had the idea on the fly to do it, and I can always get off that course. It's a possibility, right? Sometimes that's the best choice, is to look at what the best thing you can do currently is and realize that you don't have to stay on a path that doesn't benefit you. I can say that and still decide that, no, I want to do things a certain way and to set myself up for the path that I've selected for myself. And the path that I selected for myself is the desire to have some headless arrows on this account. I don't even have a plan for them, to be honest, but it doesn't even matter. This is an Iron Man mode. I'm just here to play the game, and play is not always about optimization. It's not always about making the right choices. What's a willow, huh? The willow looks exactly like the other trees, huh? And so yeah, alright, let's grant me some luck. Let's try to get some coins before I get knocked again. I could just die and pick up my stuff. It's probably a good idea, but we gotta get 600 arrow shafts anyways, and I'm hoping to get at least 15 wood cutting. I think I can just die. It's probably for the best. Excuse me. When did they get so tough? These men. I'm already at level 12. You would think at a certain point So yeah, that's who I am, is I see all paths ahead of me simultaneously, and I see a reason to take all of them and none of them. So it kind of leads to a kind of wishy-washy way of proceeding sometimes. You know, at this point, and seeing what I'm doing with the account, it's like, oh, I probably should just went and got steel plate bodies like everyone else does, right? But, and I don't even really care about these stupid chronicles, to be honest. But I thought, maybe that looked good. So it's just like I picked the wrong route. Is that I planned on getting my magic up, and I would have been to 25 if I just proceeded with the route that I thought was for the best. But instead, I wanted to pick a route that was a little different, my own route. Like, yeah, what if I did it this way? And get to see that journey and see that I could have just went and got my 10 grand, and then could have went and got 10 grand from Stronghold Security right away, basically, and then ran up, bought some runes, go kill some lava dragons, bring back my loot, and I would have been much further ahead. But instead, I wish to make some detours and play this game a little inefficient. I'm a sucker for efficiency, though, and sometimes you have to pick the best routes, not just the fun routes, not just the different routes. You know, just picking something because it's different is always the best choice, I guess. Sometimes it's about picking what you think is best. I like to have a little bit more play, and I didn't want to do the cookie cutter way. You know, it's one of my weaknesses, I guess. Let's fail out loud real quick. Is I hate following directions. You know, I'm good at figuring things out, and you know, I'm capable of programming, and I'm more on the creative route. Oh, what just happened? Okay, we got one more song that wasn't 30 minutes. So let's pick one that's about 12 minutes or so. I like this song a lot. Kind of give me a little bit more pep in my actions. And this is the song that we'll end on then. Yeah. We'll try to get as much money as we can right now. Try to get ourselves to buy some feathers. And then after that, we're going to go and get our fletching up to 10. And then after that, we're actually going to start progressing the account again, because this is kind of like my revenge for earlier, of my penance, I guess. Making bad choices and you pay for it, I guess. They're not deal-breaking choices, you know, we know that. But it was more that there are certain things I was trying to avoid doing, wanting to play this game a certain way, and feeling out loud doing it. If I was just by myself, I might not have made the same mistakes, and I probably would have been, I definitely had some nerves, but yeah, I don't want to stop I'm okay beating myself up, I'm okay not beating myself up. I kind of want to learn my lessons, so that's kind of why I'm just speaking out loud. That's, you know, part of the reason for this series, right? Even that admission is part of what failing out loud is, that hey, this is my current truth, this is how I understand it, and just because that's how I understand it doesn't mean that's the way the world is. And so if I expose it and kind of flesh it out, I can possibly get closer to actual reality, truth. Even if my current truth is fail out loud, I should also consider what the negative ramifications, what the trade-offs are on that. So we're getting pretty close. We still have at least 10 more minutes. Hopefully we can get up to 1200 and get some of those feathers going, and get to wood chopping. Kind of go my own little path here, just to die and fail over and over. I'm kind of mimicking my character right now, slowly making progress just like them. But they're a far, far, far away from being a mid-level or high-level account. You know, I would like to actualize who I am a little bit more too. I think I'm capable of a lot of great things, and I know I have abilities that other people don't have, and they have abilities that I don't have, but I think I can, I have an ability to grow and ability to advance and evolve, So grow is not the word I think evolve is more my this recognition of who I am, this as a process of constant change. And to say that I'm this or that is maybe not quite true. That it's temporary. It's all temporary. So when I'm identifying as being good or bad or whatever, it's just it's my temporary state of being. There's a state of being where I will feel like I'm not that anymore. Or at least that's what I think this journey is about. To slowly but surely fail out loud. And so, one mistake at a time. These mistakes are supposed to be my stepping stones to success. That's how I am framing this whole series. So, just because I thought I wasn't this bad or this good or whatever yet, right? That's what I'm currently going through. Is like, yeah, I wanted to learn from my mistakes. Yeah, I wanted to kind of put myself out there, but I thought I was maybe a little further than I am, and so I'm meeting myself where I am right now by putting myself through this experience. I'm not gonna hide behind being a perfectionist. I'm not gonna hide behind being a planner. I'm not gonna hide behind being someone that makes mistakes. I'm not gonna hide behind someone that doesn't plan. I'm just going to try to discern my way and risk my way and elevate myself, figure out these paths that I put myself on, to document the length and the time, and then try to make some videos that make sense of it all. And I imagine the YouTube videos might go a little smoother, that I'm able to curate in there, and I'm able to hide a lot easier, right? And so yeah, it's not going to be the same as this. This is my weakness, of being someone that doesn't like to be seen when they're not ready. And well, I'm choosing to be seen right now. I'm choosing to fail over and over. And so yeah, that's like, so I'm able to talk and calm down and do all these things when I get onto these pointless grinds. And that's one of the other reasons why I absolutely love RuneScape, is you can kind of just introspect a little bit while you play. Listen to calm music, not take things so seriously. So I think my song's going to be coming to an end in, looks like I still have 4 minutes. Okay. There's a chance that I'm going to get my goal of 1200. I kind of have an idea of where this account's going to go. So a lot of my choices and such have ramifications that have not been explained yet. Being so hyper-focused on fletching and doing it in a way that I want to do it, as opposed to doing it in the best way that's ahead of me. And, okay, I need to make money, but I'm not going to pick it in a way that makes it the most efficiently. And instead I'm going to pickpocket here. And I have episodes, kind of a lot of which are already kind of written. I have these written plans while I'm on a journey of discovery. And so I'm trying to make my journey of discovery be something that matches my written plans, because otherwise I'm going to have to rewrite those written plans. That's the appropriate way of doing this. Is I might have written what I think might happen already, but now I'm living what actually is happening. And then I'm going to have to go back and document exactly what happened. The evidence in the video is right here. And I want everyone to always be able to see what I'm doing right now. And they can see my progress and see if I held up to my word, and seeing where I faltered and giving me some grief for doing so. This is the path that I've chosen. And I'm actually super excited that I went down this path, and I think night's rest, now that I have food in my stomach, I'm much more relaxed too, that I got the meal for the day. So like, imagine being a hunter out in the world, like, you've eaten, like, what are you so, if you haven't eaten for the day, it's like, well, we better get motivated and start worrying about going hungry and not having the energy to go out and get food. And now that I've eaten, it's like, time to relax, time to chill. So, you know, but at the same time, hunger is a very good motivator, and it'd be nice to tap into that a little bit. Keep on with our plan. We get our 1200 right now. I really gotta go, 615. Let me see, our next plan is to come up through our chronicle over here. We then are gonna come up, do Gertrude's cat, and then make our way to the member side, crossing that threshold into the members world. At which point we're gonna do Druidic's ritual, where we got all of our meats from. Head on down to our, that's my alarm that I gotta leave. Okay, so we're gonna go into, you know, Taverley Dungeon and do Druidic's ritual, and then come back on up, and then we're gonna head over to Catherby, and well, would you look at that? We got feathers right there, so I don't have to make my way to Port Sarim right now. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna from there make our way down to Ardone, get our Ardone Cloak 1, and have some fun over here. So that's our current plan. I feel like I put myself in a good shape to do that. You know, it's taken twice as much time to do what I thought I would. Like, I thought I would only need about 3 hours to be where I'm at right now, and it took 7. That's the joy of the journey. You know, if you're always trying to rush the journey, like, or you think you're already somewhere, like, what was the point of the journey if you're already there? I still don't like it, you know, of not performing up to the standard that I think I am at, but, you know, it is what it is. The world gives you the evidence of where you're at, and you improve from there. This might be how I get to the fletching level I need. It's just going through and world hopping and doing so. But I got a couple minutes that I really have to rush. I like to give myself extra time in life so that I'm not rushing places. So yeah, I keep like saying, oh, I gotta go, but it's to make sure that I'm not late. You know, some people are perpetually like 10 minutes, 15 minutes late. I'm perpetually 15 minutes early. I think that's my preferred way of being, and glad that that's the way I am. I don't want other people to wait on me. I don't want to wait on other people. I might be comfortable doing it, and it's not that big of a deal to me. I want people to respect my time, and so I choose to respect other people's time. And if people don't respect my time and are always more concerned with their own, well, they might not be the type of caliber person that you want to rely upon. Make sure has your back. And so I know I have everyone's back. So I don't even choose to really be there early or not, and be there for them or not. It's kind of, the choice has been made for years. So there's no doubt within me of that. And when I fail to reach those standards, I just communicate it. And the people that know me and love me and I'm there for, respect that. Alright, one more world hop, and then we're off to Farak. So let's go ahead and we're going to put in the Gertrude's cat into our quest helper. And that's going to be the start of the next episode. So, what do you need? A bucket of milk, raw sardine, and you can pick up dogo leaves along the way. So let's go ahead and raw sardine, snape grass is for... I thought snape grass was for this quest. Maybe not. Bucket of milk. Let's just grab our bread while we're here, and might as well grab our shrimp that we're gonna need for our kitty. That's probably fine. We just don't know how to quit sometimes, huh?